What's up, YouTube? Coming at you again with another deck profile. This is Bandai here. This time I'm gonna review my take on the Bojack's Gang deck with Dragonball CCG. Like I said in my previous video, this is probably the best time to trying to revive the game. At least reminisce, because it's always been a great game. It's been out there. It obviously hasn't been as successful as Naruto, but for the real Dragon Ball fans, it's always gonna be here, and it's always gonna be out there. Just FYI, I have only just ordered a couple of days ago 3 booster boxes of the Awakening. So I'm thinking of doing at least one booster box review, so stay tuned for that. I'm probably gonna bring that to you as soon as I get the boxes. I'm most definitely gonna do another review on my super rares as soon as I get those boxes, and then we'll see what we go after that. Anyway, so this is Bojack's Gang. Obviously, this is from set 5. Because obviously didn't have any Bojack's Gang before that. So anyway, let's not beat around the bushes. Let's get into it. Turn zeros, we got 3 King Colds. He's just a staple, turn 0 in any alien build really. With a 3-0, he's pretty good. He searches out your cooler, which I also run in here, and just a really good turn 0. Then I run 2 Yamchas. Basically to search out Zangia, and maybe just to give Zangia that +0, +1, but mainly the idea is to search out Zangia. There's really 2 ways how you can go with this deck. You either start out with King Cold, and then you're gonna search for Freeza or Cooler that I have in the deck, or you start with Yamcha and then you search for your Zangia. But you have to start with either of these cards really on turn 0 to be able to set your deck up. Basically, the whole idea of this deck is that this is a rush deck, so you're trying to rush your opponent down. Obviously, you know about these things. So these 5 turn 0s really help you to set what kind of game plan you need to build up after that, because of which one you play them. And then, last but not least, 2 old Kais for my turn 0s. He's just really good to recycle the cards that you discard from Dr. Wheelo. I run 2 Dr. Wheelo on this build as well. Turn 1s, I got 3 Kogo. Basically, I just definitely want to hit Kogo on my turn 1. Because he's ally Bojack's Gang, I definitely need him to come down. And especially that he gives that +1, +0 to the other Bojack's Gang warriors in his team. He's just a staple, he's an essential. I feel like you should run 3 in this build. And then turn 2s, I run 2 Freezas of set 1. He's still very valuable for his support. He's a really good card, I think, even in the set 5 era, because that +1, +0 can be useful. It's circumstantial, but you can use it. Obviously, the injured stats, they're not the best, but it's still a Frieza. You search it out with King Cold. And then I got 2 Dr. Wheelos here, like I mentioned before. Enough said, Dr. Wheelo. He's one of the main draw engines in the deck. You just wanna speed the deck up, so you need the Dr. Wheelos. Running 2 Bujins, obviously, absolutely brilliant card. If you don't know what Bujin does, check it out. Turn 3s, I got 2 Zangias in here. Obviously, another great card. Backup Fierce 1. Just annihilates the opponent's male characters. Really, Zangia can be so versatile, so useful in any decks, and he's a really good, lead character as well. Coming down to turn 4s, as I mentioned before, around 2 Cooler, the 3rd form. Cooler, great support warrior. For 0 cheat cost, he's just absolutely brilliant. Then I run 2 Betos. They're both holo. They're really nice. I don't know if you guys see these, but Beto in holo looks absolutely epic. It's such a great card, guys. I love him. Obviously, you know about the errata, so he gives +0, +1 actually to all the other warriors. He's got Fierce 1. He's got backup. Absolutely brilliant. And then this is a tech choice. I run a Turles in here. Again, shout out to you, future Gohan. Turles just really fits the bill in this deck. You know what it does. You just have to run him. And then, you know, obviously the main guy in the deck, I got 2 Bojacks in here. Bojack is just absolutely sweet. The card itself looks absolutely amazing. It's just absolutely brilliant. One of the best super rares really printed ever. So that's Bojack for you. Funny enough, I actually, my first 2 booster boxes, I actually pulled these 2 Bojacks. So as soon as I got those, I actually managed to build a deck, and I've been fiddling around with it and whatnot. This is why it is at the stage where it is right now. I love this deck absolutely so much. Right, coming down to technique cards, I run 3 Powerful Heritage. It's an absolute staple when you have an alien build. Doesn't have a lot of Saiyans, but you can still use the Powerful Heritage as extra value with Turles. And actually, that's pretty much it. Come to think of that, you could run a Broly in this deck if you really want to, or you could run a Nappa. My choices are obviously mine, so you can just play around with it and see how you feel about it. Then I run 2 Energy Swords. I think it's also an absolutely brilliant card. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of chi cost. You can get the Dragonball coin. It can be pretty versatile if you use it with Cooler. Then obviously it gives him that Thresh one as well. And both choices are really difficult for your opponent to make. I run here 1 Roar because you would always want to have a counter in your deck, really, whatever the weather. And this is one of my favorite technique cards. This is 3 Dirty Trick. I absolutely love this card. I think it is absolutely splashable because it comes down friendly chi cost. It gives a -1/-1 in the action phase, and you can also play from a discard area. So even if if you haven't got any cards that you want to sacrifice for Dr. Wheelo, for example, just throw away a Dirty Trick and you can still play him back from discard area. I think it's just a really, really good card. Coming down to events, I run 3 UFO landings. Obviously for the Bojack's Gang theme of the deck. I used to run Fading Riches. I used to run 2 Fading Riches and 1 UFO landing. Right now I'm just testing out UFO landing, but I may cut that down to 2 and put the Fading Riches back. Because you get to draw 3 cards at one time with Fading Riches, and then you have to discard. And again, you can do that with Dirty Trick. But my only problem with that card is that it's got a turn cost of 4, which is rather expensive. And this comes down with one less chi cost as well. I run here 1 Backup has arrived. I only run 1 because I got Turles in here. And it's searchable if that's the case, but you definitely want to have at least 1 in your deck, maybe even 2, because what happens if you charge your Bojack down to chi. So always have a backup. At least 1 backup has arrived in your deck, just in case. And to finish up the deck profile, I got 2 Cold Legacies in here. This card is just so good, so good. You got the Turles in the deck. You can search it out again. Bojack has Fierce 2, Beto has Fierce 1, Cooler has Fierce 1, Zangia has Fierce 1. All your main hitters got Fierce 1, and utilizing Cold Legacy in a deck like this is just devastating. Your opponent is you play this card and probably your opponent's gonna scoop because unless they have something that they can get rid of. Cold Legacy, especially if you stack it, it's just gonna blow. It's gonna blow, and it's gonna really burn that deck out. Cold Legacy, in my opinion, it's in the top 5 of event cards, going with Z Warriors Gathered, Alternate Future. Cold Legacy is definitely in the top 5. It's just so versatile, so brilliant. And then obviously there's no fusion in this deck because, you would probably have to push too many valuable cards out to make that happen. But coming down to wishes, again, I have a Revival of the Earth. I run a Danday's Wish, and I have a Frieza's Last Wish. Frieza's Last Wish I have in here because previously I used to run Power Surge to basically put 2 growth coins on target user, and it gives Bojack an extra 1, so really you can give Bojack 3 growth coins. but I found it really expensive, and you have to have the Dragon Ball, and you can only use it in strategy phase. So I actually took that card out. This is pretty much how I made space for the Cold Legacies. So with, if I ever feel like giving growth coins, I can still do it with Frieza's Last Wish. But really, this is probably up for debate. I would be most happy to change it if you guys have if you guys have a better tech choice. So this is my Bojack stack build. Shout out to all the fans of the game. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about my deck profile, and most importantly, support the game. Dragon Ball CCG.